Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of the 20's Suites. If you are new here, I am Rozitta, and it's so nice to meet you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and I'm pretty sure you will enjoy it because you know what, we are gonna be talking about the 29 lessons that I have learned in my 20s. Remember, we are doing a birthday series, and so far so good. I have had so much fun doing this, honestly. From the first one, I'm too old for, then too young for, and right now I get to share with you lessons that I have learned. And hey, disclaimer, these are not philosophical revelations, they're just practical lessons that I have learned from my own experiences. So yeah, I'm not gonna come here with facts and research. It's just my life experiences, and we are gonna have so much fun with this, and my hope is that these are gonna resonate with you and maybe just sparkle a little self-reflection within you. Introspect yourself, see if you're learning from me or if it's a lesson that you've already experienced. Get what I mean? Yes, so we're gonna just get into it, and there is no particular order, there is no important lesson and least important, they are all the same. So shall we? The first lesson is it's okay to not have it all figured out. Remember on my previous episode, I said something about it. I said I am too young to believe that I need to figure it all out. So our first lesson today is gonna be that it's okay to not have it all figured out. If you're in your 20s, I'm talking to you as your big sister. It's okay to not have it figured out. At your workplace, in your relationship, your finances, whatever, it's okay to not have it all figured out. And honestly, your 20s, and this is a fact that I came to learn way later, your 20s are very exploratory. So, what you learn in your 20s might not necessarily be the end of what you're gonna settle for. To tell you that you're not gonna figure it all in your 20s, and honestly, I'm in my late 20s and I still haven't figured it all out. So give yourself some grace and just embrace your journey, all right? So yeah. Second lesson is comparison is the thief of joy. Constant comparison, you're going to discover that there's always somebody better than you, somebody ahead of you, whether in your career, whether in relationships, whether academic performances, whatever. There's always somebody that's ahead of you. So if you compare yourself, you're denying yourself joy and being proud of what you have achieved, which is something that I did for the most part of my 20s. Remember, if you're comparing yourself to other people, in the sense of thinking they're better than you and you're lesser, that is what steals joy. But if you are looking at their life and seeing what is it that has worked for them that I can learn, for example, maybe you're looking at a mentor that is in the same line as you. If you look at them to learn from them, that is completely different. That is actually helpful for you. But where the comparison inspires jealousy and anger against yourself, avoid that. Unfortunately, we're in an era that has a lot of that because of social media. Every time you come across thousands of people who seemingly do better than you. So imagine you comparing yourself to a million people. It's not even fair to yourself, honestly. It's just gonna make you feel inadequate. And at the end of the day, remind yourself your path is your own. Remember, you can learn from somebody, but you cannot be them. Your mental health must be non-negotiable, especially in your 20s. If maybe you're in your 30s and you're watching, this is a fact, I'm sure, for you as well. But in your 20s, there's a lot of pressure, mental pressure to figure it out, settle, make big decisions. I mean, the other day you were just a teenager. Like you were being housed by your parents. You had somebody feeding you, housing you, telling you what to do. And right now you're in your 20s, suddenly you have to make the big decisions. You have to make the money and pay your bills. It's all too much, honestly. So if you don't prioritize your mental health, in the end, you're likely to cave into that mental pressure. And I know mental health is a subject that is very thrown all over right now. But if you can be able to seek help early enough, I think it would also be very helpful for you. Make it a non-negotiable in your 20s, like, hey, this is taking peace from my mind. This is depressing me. My work is taking a toll on my mind. My mental health take priority. Number 4, boundaries. Boundaries are your best friends. It's gonna save you. It's gonna save you so much to say no. It's a problem for so many people. It was for me as well, especially when it comes to relationships. Boundaries are gonna save you so much time. If you can learn to say no to demands that don't serve you, to demands that don't feel right for you, to demands that make you uncomfortable. If you can know how to say no, you are going to save yourself so much pain, so much time that you need to heal. And at the end of the day, it's going to protect your peace and your energy, especially young girls in your 20s. You're 20, 21, 23. Right now, you're thinking that, hey, I have to get married by all means. So when this man calls me to go to his house at 11 p.m., I'm going to go through the hoops. I'm going to travel the mountains and the oceans just to get to his house. Girl, it's okay to say no. It is okay to say no. Number 5 lesson that I have learned is failure is feedback. It's not finality. So many people in that 20 fail over and over and over again. I was there. I have failed in so many businesses. Oof, so many, I cannot even count. But if I would have taken it as finality, honestly, I don't think I would have had the courage to try again. I don't think I would have had the courage to try something new or to pursue another desire of mine. So once you fail in your 20s, please remind yourself it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of your life. You can lose money, you can lose opportunities, whatever it is not the end. So in whatever situation that you fail, take that as feedback instead, because every misstep is a chance to learn and adjust. Embrace every lesson that comes your way. Number 6, self-compassion is key. By self-compassion, what I'm talking about is allowing yourself to giving yourself grace. Let me say that, giving yourself grace. Some people, if you're like me, we are very hard on ourselves, whether it's timelines, deadlines, milestones that we have to hit by a certain period. And if you don't hit them, you beat yourself down, you discourage yourself. If you're the kind of person that goes hard on yourself for making a mistake, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, it is okay. Whatever happened has happened. I'm giving you grace. Give yourself so much grace, because if you do not, you're going to end up dealing with self-esteem issues. You're going to end up hating yourself. You're going to end up struggling with your self-confidence, with your self-worth. And at the end of the day, it's not worth it. It is so much easier to show yourself compassion. You see, the same way you're showing other people compassion, the same way you're telling somebody, hey, it's okay, it happens, life happens, tell yourself that. For example, myself, I have given myself so much pressure to grow, and I realized growth cannot be hastened. So it just got to a point and I told myself, hey, let's appreciate growth one step at a time. Instead of looking at the big picture all at once, look at the small pictures that eventually compass the big picture. It's almost like a jigsaw puzzle. If you hasten to create the big picture, so fast, you're probably gonna take longer. But if you deal with it one puzzle at a time, one piece of the puzzle at a time, eventually the big picture is gonna come together little by little by little. And that process teaches you compassion. So use the same amount of compassion for yourself and tell yourself, hey, we have placed one piece of the puzzle where it's supposed to be, and that is good enough. Tomorrow we proceed. So be kind to yourself with the same kindness that you're showing other people. Be kind to yourself and always remind yourself you're doing your best. Number 7, growth often happens outside your comfort zone. I feel like this is a given. I feel like already this has been emphasized so much by so many experiences in life. Nothing ever grows in the comfort zone. Nothing ever blooms in the comfort zone. Nothing ever prospers when it's just comfortable. And that's why ever since you're young, you're encouraged to step out of your comfort zone. If you're in your comfort zone right now, this would be a good reminder that the growth you're seeking is not there. You need to step out. Probably stepping out of your comfort zone could mean stepping out to a different city. Like that is what I did personally. When I completed campus, I came back home to my parents and I lived at home for 2 years. And before I realized it, I was 24 and then 25. And I thought, you know what? It is time to now really adult. It's time to be out there. It's time to know what it means to pay bills. It's time to try and figure something out for myself. Okay. So eventually, long story short, I moved to Nairobi. I moved to Endani. And let me tell you, that move just from Nakuru to Nairobi, it did something to my mind because suddenly I had to make decisions for myself. I had to look ahead into my future and know that right now I am fully in control of how my life turns out. And that did something to me. It made me mature. It made me grow. I did mistakes in the process that I learned from. So me moving and saying I want to live in Nairobi, that means going to town, knowing places, knowing rooms. And I'm like, yo, yo, yo. It was a lot to handle, but that is when I was able to start my business. I started the Beautiful Ashes merchandise while I was in Nairobi, which was actually doing so well. I was selling hoodies, notebooks, pens. I was doing so much. I was doing a lot of merch, which was an idea that came to me when I was in Nairobi. So I had to learn where to get merch from. I had to learn the people who do that. I needed to know prices for what and what. Something that I would never have learned if I was still in Nakuru, because in Nakuru, like my bills are sorted. I wouldn't even think I need to make money because I was in my comfort zone. So my point is get out of your comfort zone. If moving to a new city is it for you, go ahead and do it. If learning a new skill is it, do it. If it's trying a new course, trying a new business, applying for a new job, whatever it is, just make sure you are not in your comfort zone. Be in a space that really pushes you to be more, to do more, to try better, and to expand. If it gets to a point and you feel like, I know everything, yeah, it's time to move. It's time to shift. Number 8 lesson that I have learned in my 20s is your identity is not fixed. This has just made me feel something in my heart right now. Your identity is not fixed. And let me explain. For example, when you are young, maybe your favorite color was, actually, my favorite color was red when I was like really young. And then over time, it changed. It changed. It went to pink. It went to purple. It went to white. Like it's been all over the place. Now imagine thinking, I need to have one favorite color. And that is just a basic explanation. Let's get deeper and talk about heavier things. If you think you need to stick to your past likes, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So, in other words, it is absolutely okay to change. It is absolutely okay to say, hey, that does not serve me anymore. I don't like that anymore. I'm not like that anymore. I used to like this and that, but I'm so over it. And right now, I'm a completely different person. I have completely different preferences. And one thing about this, I'll probably attach my 8th lesson to this, which is my 8th lesson is surround yourself with people that appreciate your changes and your growth. Because at the end of the day, if you only have people around you that keep reminding you of the version of you that you are in your past, people that still think you're still as timid as you are in the past, you're still thinking the way you are in the past. If you surround yourself with such people, trust me, it's just gonna derail you, and it's not gonna allow you to fully bloom into the new person that you are. So it is absolutely okay to change. It's absolutely okay to grow. It's absolutely okay to have a whole new identity. For example, growing up, everybody thought I don't talk. Like Rozitta haongeangi. Rozitta akiingia mali ananyamaza, anajifungia kwa room. Like she does not talk to people. She does not interact. And that is how I was. But as I grew up, I became a completely different person. Right now, I can talk to anybody, and some people still get amazed that I'm talking. Like, okay, yeah, I changed, My identity became very different. I even used to think I was an introvert. Turns out I'm not. Well, I'm not an extrovert, I'm ambivert, but you get the point. I discovered a new part of me. I discovered a new identity of me with growth. So don't stay fixated on your past identity, thinking that you have to hold on to that personality, you have to hold on to that character, you have to hold on to that habit. And if you come across somebody that tells you, I remember I used to like vanilla milkshake when we first met, just tell them, hey, right now I don't take vanilla. I prefer the Kit Kat. Yeah. And it's okay to change your taste. It's okay to change your preferences. So such a person should just be put at the back of the bus, and surround yourself with people that appreciate the changes that you are also embracing. That way you grow faster in life, and you also feel encouraged to continue blossoming. Imagine a rose flower that you've just seen and the bud is closed, and then a few days later you come and it has bloomed. It's gonna be so unfair to say, hey, I remember you having your bud closed, like you should close up again. It does not make sense, because change happens, growth happens, seasons change, you discover yourself on the go. And in your 20s, you might come across a fact about yourself that is completely opposite of who you are as a teenager. Uh, just remind yourself your identity is not fixed. And number 8, surround yourself with people that encourage your growth and your identity. Number 9, listen to your gut. I feel like I talked about this on the previous episode about learning to listen to your gut. And there is no better compass of life than that. That feeling you're feeling inside your belly, that's your gut. Whatever it's saying, do that, please. That quiet voice inside of you is 100% usually correct. And you need to learn to trust it. How do you learn how to trust it? By trying out things you're feeling on the inside of you. It could be something like starting a business. Maybe you want to start a hardware and your gut is feeling right about it. There, do it and see how that goes. Maybe it's moving to a different country. Do it. Whatever it is that your gut is telling you to do, run with it and do it. Number 10, quality over quantity in friendships. And this is a hard truth to learn, because when you're a teenager, you've surrounded yourself with so many people. You actually think all your classmates are your friends. And then you're done with high school, you get into campus and you realize automatically, even without trying, there are friends that you're gonna shed. There are friendships that are gonna fade. You're gonna bear me witness. If you try to hold on to those friendships, in the end you get hurt, right? Yeah. Then you get into campus, make more friends, and you think you have 20 friends, so you're good. And then you're done with campus and you literally retain only one friend. And for some people, that bothers them because you start feeling alone. You start feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm sailing through life by myself and whatnot. I want you to know at the end of the day, you'd rather have one good friend than 20 friends that are not even there for you. It's okay to have acquaintances. You can know as many people as possible. But don't be so quick to call everybody your friend, which is a principle that has really helped me, because when you've met so many people and so many people want to be friends with you, you don't know all their motives, you don't know all their journeys, you don't even know how they think, you don't really know their mentality. So knowing that you shouldn't be quick to call everybody your friend will save you so much pain, a lot of hassle, and in the end just gonna live with people that are on the same journey with you, and not necessarily with a similar destination of yours, but people that think like you, people that behave like you, people that talk like you, people that you resonate with. So quality over quantity when it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationships, and just know that a few true supportive friends are worth more than 100 acquaintances. Next lesson is I feel like I've already exhausted on this, that friendships evolve and sometimes they fade. I've already talked about that, right? That was I think this is number 11 now. So friendships are gonna evolve and sometimes fade. It is wise for you to know when to let them be, when to let them fade, when to let them evolve. And that does not mean you have any hard feelings towards anybody. It's just the process of friendships in your 20s as you grow older. The friends you had when you were 20 years old are gonna be different when you're 25. They could still be there, but it's gonna be a different dynamic. So giving yourself the permission to let your friendships evolve and let the ones that fade is gonna save you the pressure to feel like you always have to be there for every friend. Make sense? Yeah, so it's natural for their relationships to drift apart because life changes, and that's totally fine. Don't beat yourself down. Don't feel like I was not there for them or they're not here for me. Just know friendships will drift, they'll change, and it's perfectly all right. Number 12, communicate, 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 because so many problems can be avoided or solved by just talking things through honestly. And this happens when it comes to maybe your workplace. Don't be afraid to talk. Your relationships, don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to air out what you're feeling. Your friendships, whatever it is, don't be afraid to communicate, which is something I feel like I've really struggled with it. I was not a very good communicator of my feelings. I was communicating, just not my feelings. I was always communicating what I thought the other partner wanted to hear. I was always saying what I thought was necessary for them to hear and not really what I'm really feeling. Is that making sense? And probably that should not even be called communication, because communication is really speaking out what you're feeling, how as it is. Of course, wisely and considerately without hurting the other person, choosing your words carefully, but communicating the needs that you have. So, for example, you're in a relationship, maybe you're even married. Learn to communicate. Learn to communicate when you've been triggered. Learn to communicate when somebody has done something to you that is wrong or that just feels wrong for you. This way, you're going to avoid narcissistic relationships. You're going to avoid misogynistic people. You're going to avoid toxic environments. If you communicate your needs to somebody and they take it negatively, they don't understand you, girl, that's your sign. Then you're not in the right place. But imagine choosing not to communicate your needs, your feelings, and whatever, and holding it back. At the end of the day, you compromise yourself and you put yourself in spaces that eventually will turn very toxic. And even if they don't become toxic, so many problems are going to pile up. So communicate, communicate, communicate. Number 13, don't chase people. I should probably start counting. So this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Number 13, don't chase people. And this is something that I talked about on the previous video as well. Allow yourself to be in a position to draw people that are for you, and not chasing people that you think are for you, because the right people will honestly want to be in your life without you having to beg or convince them. And this happens mostly in relationships, because in your 20s there's this pressure to find your person early, and so somebody shows interest and you chase them down the lane and you're thinking, we have to work this out by all means, and somebody tells you this is not it at all, at all, at all. Now, if you don't learn to not chase people, you're going to end up lowering your standards. You're going to end up in toxic, one-sided, unrequited relationships. And that is what hurts most people, especially in their 20s. And I'm saying this because that was me. My younger self was the best chaser. Yo, I think I would be like at the top of chasers. I'd be like number one, Rozitta Paul, best at chasing, because I would even be told by somebody, this is not it. And for some reason, that would actually make me want to chase you more. Like, what was wrong with me? Okay, fine. Lesson learned. And I don't want you to repeat the same mistake. So if somebody even hints that they don't need you in their lives or they don't want to be a part of your life, please take the hint, carry your dignity, your self-respect, and go. And the irony of things, once you move away from that person, they're gonna come after you. When they come back, please know they're not there because now suddenly they want you. No, they're there to test if they can still have access to your heart, your mind, your life. Deny them that access. Don't repeat the mistake of thinking, oh, wow, now I'm a hot cake girl. You're not. They're just back to see whether they still have a stronghold on you, whether they still have a chokehold on you. And you're gonna be so hurt the moment you decide to let them back into your life. All right. So if the first time they didn't want you, and then suddenly they want to, please, that's your opportunity to not want them, not an opportunity to show them, yes, I was worth the price earlier on. Yeah. So run, save yourself, and do not chase people. Remember, the right people will not need you to prove your worth to them. They will not need you to submit a resume. They will not need you to prove that you're worth their attention, their love, their affection, their care. The right people don't need any form of proof. Allow yourself to position yourself to attract the people that are right for you. Number 14, your family dynamics might shift. And this is in the sense of when you're a teenager, you go to your parents for help or your guidance for advice over and over again. But as you grow older in your 20s, those things begin to change. Suddenly, you have to be responsible for the choices you make. You have to be responsible for the consequences of the decisions that you have made. Your family suddenly, they stop calling us often because, again, you're an adult, you're married, so they're not gonna be there every time, and you're not gonna call back home every single time when there's an issue. That's part of adulting, and understanding that family dynamics might change could save you a lot of nuance And at the end of the day, as you grow older, the understanding and how to navigate family relationship becomes very different. So when it happens, don't let it be a surprise for you. I have already told you, all right? Number 15, I'm gonna go with your first job is not necessarily your forever job. That means it's okay to explore, it's okay to pivot, it's okay to try out different things. Understand that your first job is not your forever job. It's just gonna help you stay open minded. Feel free to try new things, feel free to explore. And if you're in business, feel free to expand. Moving on swiftly is love is not always a fairy tale. Yeah, if you love fairy tales like I do, you're probably gonna have to learn this the hard way, but you don't have to, because I'm here to tell you love is not always a fairy tale. And real lasting love is about effort, it's about compromise, it's about respecting one another, it's about choosing each other every other day despite. And this takes me to saying that when you love somebody for real, for real, for real, you are not going to know why you love them. So right now would be a good time to ask yourself, why do you love that person? If you have an answer to that question, you probably don't love them for who they are. You probably love them for what they bring to the table or for what you gain from them. Because real love does not need a reason, does not need an explanation. Because when we look at the love of Christ towards us, like, why does Jesus love us? The answer is he just loves us. So when you say you love somebody and it's because of so and so, then newsflash, you don't love them and you're living in a fantasy, in a fairy tale, which is not real. That's number 16. Number 17 is learning never stops. Learning never stops. Remember at the beginning of this video, we talked about the fact that you don't have to have it all figured out. If you figure it all out, then it means you've learned all there is to learn. But fact is, learning never stops. There's always something you don't know out there. No matter how skilled you are, no matter how educated you are, no matter how informed you are, there's always something new that you're learning. There's always something new for you to learn. And that is why it's important to have the mindset that is open to learning new things and learning things you already know and relearning things that you may have let go of in your past. But I want to put emphasis on unlearning things, unlearning how to handle relationships, unlearning how to grow financially, unlearning how to be there for somebody. If you can allow yourself to unlearn some things, you give yourself freedom to learn. So for you to learn, basically, my point is you need to also be willing to unlearn stuff. If you can unlearn things, basically it means you're willing to shed off maybe things you thought were true, but they're no longer true, or things that were serving you in the past, but they no longer serve you now. It's absolutely okay to unlearn those things. And in the end, it's gonna allow you to learn something new and blossom. So yeah, allow yourself to learn new things and make it an unending journey. So that means listen to podcasts, read books, surf the internet, whatever it is that will make you learn something new. This is your time to really maximize on that. And my next lesson, I'm gonna combine it with that. Number 17. When you learn something new, utilize it. In other words, when you know better, do better. This has been such a saver for me. It has really set me apart from other people, because as soon as I learn how to do something new, or as soon as I learn how to improve on a skill, improve on what I'm doing, the minute I learn how to do something better, I do it better. But for so many people in their 20s, You want to hold on to your old ways of doing things. You don't want to evolve. You don't want to allow yourself to try out this new thing that you have learned, which is a disadvantage for you because it's not going to set you apart because other people are doing things differently. Other people are evolving. But if you remain stuck on just what I knew, like I've always known this is how it's done. I've always known this is how a camera should be. I've always known this is how you position the lighting. If you have that mentality, you are not gonna improve your life at all. And in the end, you're gonna live a very mediocre life. Remember, there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is what you've learned, the new info that you received. Wisdom is applying whatever you've learned practically. So wisdom requires when you know better, do better. Number 18, start saving, even if it's a little. In your 20s, you might feel like, why am I even saving for retirement? Where am I investing? Right now, my money is for fun, games, and whatnot. But let me tell you, the security that comes with what is it called? Having an emergency fund, like just that peace of mind, it hits different. Let me tell you, right now I'm 29. I started my emergency fund when I was 27. Imagine if I had started it when I was 23 or 24. It would be so much different right now. The things even I could do right now are so different, would be so different if I had started saving earlier. So this means don't think you're too young to start learning how to manage your money, which is my next lesson. Number 19, learn how to manage your money. In other words, know your money. Start trying to understand your finances. Don't wait until you're like 30 so that you can start researching how do I invest? How do I grow my finances? What should I do to save more? Start as early as you can. The earlier, the better. And if you want to retire early, you might as well start learning about your money early enough. So learn your money, understand your money as soon as you can. You're not too young, trust you me. Number 20 is experience trumps possessions. That means invest in traveling, invest in new skills, invest in memorable stuff over possessions. So instead of going to um waste a whole bunch of money just to show off maybe a handbag or a lipstick or a shoe, whatever it is, you could get that. But remember, at the end of the day, the experiences that you could gain with that money are gonna be more valuable. Exposure is everything. Maybe that's the word that I should use. Exposure over possessions anytime, any day. So go for exposure as much as possible. Whatever is gonna put you out there, whatever is gonna open up your mind, whatever is gonna make you see that the world is such a big place, go for that thing. And it could be just meeting somebody that is different from the kind of person that you'd usually meet. Go for it, okay? So number 21, remember it's okay to ask for help. And this is rich coming from me because why has it always been so difficult for me to ask for help? Maybe I know why. I grew up very self-independent, very in an environment where I'm needed to know things. And this is boarding school. In boarding school, you're required to help yourself. So if you grew up in boarding school, I want to know in the comments, is this something you resonate with? Because I went to boarding school in class 4. So how do you want me to easily ask for your help when I would wake up at 4 a.m., do everything for myself, make sure I'm on time, anytime, any day, make sure I'm there for meals whenever required, make sure, basically stand for myself. How do you expect me to easily ask for help? But that's the whole point. No, it's okay to ask for help. Don't kill yourself over a matter that somebody else's help can solve, or they're going to make your burden lighter. And this is something that you need to learn This is something that you need to be intentional with, and it's gonna even affect your relationships. Ladies, we need to talk. Asking for help can affect the kind of relationship that you have. And I'm talking about romantic relationships. If you're the kind of person that is independent, Miss Independent, I always know what to do for myself. At the end of the day, you are going to lose out on the potential of your relationship if you do not allow somebody to help you, because a relationship is two-way. So if this person lacks opportunities to come and help you, to offer a shoulder for you, you are denying your relationship the opportunity to blossom. But once in a while, even if it's something that you can do for yourself, ask for help. It could be as simple as, could you help me change the bulb? Something you can do, but asking for help is totally all right. Okay, so don't shy away from asking for help anytime, any day. Reach out whenever you need it. And sometimes it's even mental help. Maybe you're struggling mentally, you're depressed, or you're just sad, or you're just feeling stuck in life. Don't be afraid to ask for help from a professional or even from a friend. You could talk to somebody and say, hey, you know what, I'm struggling in this and this and this. Could you be able to perhaps help me in some sort? If somebody can help you carry the burden that you have, feel free to go for it. You'd rather they turn you down than you not asking for help, not knowing they would have helped you and made your burden lighter. The 22nd lesson is health is true wealth. So prioritize your sleep, nutrition, and movement. In your 20s, we can easily forget to prioritize, especially the sleep, because suddenly you're feeling this urge to grind, wake up very early in the morning, come back home very late at night. Don't forget that your sleep matters, good nutrition matters, and movement does matter. You don't want to get to 30 and then your knees are already giving in, okay? So that's 22nd. The 23rd lesson is networking is not as scary, it's just connecting. Use this opportunity, your 20s, to connect to people, because you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know who could receive a burden to help you. You never know who your destiny connector will be, destiny helper, destiny usher. You never know who that person is. So if you are somebody that is afraid of networking, you are denying yourself the opportunity to really connect with people that could have great impact in your life. So that means go for those conferences, join those Google Meets, join those Google Zooms, just Zooms, not Google Zoom, just Zooms. Whatever it is that's gonna help you connect with more people, do it. Also, you never know, that's how you're gonna meet your husband, so, or wife. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's how you build genuine relationships, and not just for what people can do for you. 24th lesson is don't be afraid to be seen trying. When you're afraid to be seen as trying, it means you're denying yourself the opportunity to try. You're denying yourself the opportunity to sharpen your skill. You're denying yourself the opportunity to not care much what people are going to think of you, as long as it's something that is fulfilling to you. In the end, if you remain unafraid to be seen as trying, eventually when the rewards come in, then they're gonna shift from you're trying too hard to you have really worked hard, you deserve this. All right, just keep that in your mind, and it's gonna help you remain focused. So whether it's your workplace, maybe you're an intern, be seen as trying hard. If you started a new business, you have to post on social media, be seen as trying hard. You're doing content, be seen as trying hard. Eventually, when the rewards come, when it begins to pay off, then they're gonna celebrate you. And that is just the nature of people. So don't be afraid to be seen as trying. Number 25, it's okay to receive. It's okay to receive. First of all, I think I need to talk to the firstborn daughters. Come to the front. Come to the front. Why is it so difficult for us to receive things? Whether it's gifts, compliments, whatever opportunities, we feel like we do not deserve to receive. Perhaps because we've grown up giving, and then suddenly you're in a stage where you're being given attention, gifts, compliments, and do you know the first thing that you and I do is shut down whatever we're being given, whether it's help, somebody offers to help, and first instinct is to deny receiving that help. Remember, it is okay to receive those compliments. When somebody tells you, you look amazing, I love your hair, don't go like, wow, and then it was cheap. We are not doing that. We are not doing that. I love your shoes. Combat. We are not doing that. I love your dress. I thrifted. We are not doing that. Just say, thank you. I feel very amazing in this dress. Thank you. My confidence is top notch in these shoes. Receive the compliments. Somebody offers you help, opens your door. Say thank you, walk in, all right, firstborn daughters? Okay, to everybody else, come back to the room. It's okay to receive help. Whether you're a man or not, it is absolutely okay to receive help. When somebody offers you a shoulder, receive it. If you're going through so much, you have a lot of emotional baggage, receive help from a therapist. Receive. Number 26, and I feel like this is very heavy, is having people who are ahead of you in your circle is a blessing, not a cause for jealousy. I feel like I need to say that. Having people who are ahead of you in your circle is a blessing, not a cause to be jealous. Let me tell you, if you are the person that is ahead of everybody else in your circle, you are in the wrong circle, which is something I did for the longest time. I've always been the person that is in circles where I've already outshined everybody. Nobody's outshining me. Nobody's challenging me. Nobody is telling me, hey, you could have done that better. And it is, first of all, very draining if you're open to a growth mindset like I am. And at the end of the day, it does not push you because already you feel like, hey, I'm the best that I can be. But fact is, there's always somebody that is ahead of you. There's always somebody that can be better for you. So if you come across somebody, and I'm rushing because I'm running out of time, but if you come across somebody that is ahead of you, you need to embrace them, not become jealous of them. I am so graced to have surrounded myself with people that are way ahead of me. And I'm talking about their exposure. I'm talking about their net worth. I'm talking about their experiences, their businesses, all that. And it has made me feel like, wow, I'm finally in an environment where I can really grow. I can stir up my skills, I can stir up my potential. And also, at the end of the day, I have an example of somebody that has made it to that level. It hits different. Oh, let me tell you, it hits different. So if you come across somebody who is ahead of you, take it as an opportunity to have somebody that can sharpen you, challenge you, make you better. And people who talk big things. You surround yourself with people who talk about billions and millions. It's gonna hit different from somebody who is struggling to comprehend how somebody can have 100,000 Kenya shillings. It hits different and it sharpens your mind so much that your mindset changes from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset, because already you have an example of somebody that is in a level that you probably aspire to get to. Number 27, vulnerability builds a true connection. That means opening up, even when it's scary, deepens relationship. But caution, beware of who you're opening up to. Because again, it's not that you're supposed to go doing PSAs out there. You have to choose your person. And of course, it has to be mutually. This person is not offering you the same amount of vulnerability, then probably they're not the right person for you. Number 28, change hurts. Change is so uncomfortable that anytime, even if you look at your own life, anytime there's any aspect of change, probably it could even be your routine in what time you wake up. That minute change it hurts. Going to the gym, for you to know the change is happening, there's a lot of pain in your muscles, in your body. You're gonna feel it. So sometimes going through pain does not necessarily mean that you're doing the wrong thing, does not really mean that you're not where you're supposed to be. Sometimes it's just that process of change, that process of growth, that process that you have to go through for you to become a better person. Change is always uncomfortable. It takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of time, and sometimes it has a lot of pain. It could be emotional, it could be physical, whatever it is. Change hurts, but in the end, now this is what I want you to focus on. It is necessary and inevitable. So don't remain stuck because you're too afraid for change. Be willing to go through the journey, be willing to go through the tunnel of change, because at the end of that, they are gonna come a more beautiful thing. And finally, number 29, which is the magic number of my age. Number 29, I feel like this could be obvious, but not probably for everybody. So number 29 lesson is life is an unending journey. So what you know at 21 could change, could be different from what you know at 26. And that's because of the process of time, the process of a journey, the process of life, basically. So allowing yourself to adopt the mentality that, hey, life is a journey, there is no fixed destination, is going to help you navigate better even in your 20s as you're moving from one job to another, moving from one career to another, moving from one business to another. It's going to help you so much navigate the transformations, the changes that you're experiencing in your life. Wow, that was a lot. That was a long video. But if you're still watching to this point, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And I just want you to know that I value your time. And the fact that you've watched through the end means so much to me. And it means that I have shared something that you could learn from or something that resonates with you. And if anything I've shared resonates with you, please go ahead and write a comment below. Let me know if there is a lesson I've shared that has stuck with you, has resonated, that has made you make a decision concerning a particular thing. Please go ahead and drop that comment. I'm gonna really appreciate it. And let's engage, of course. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and share it to somebody that you know needs to hear this in their 20s. Yeah, share with your brother, your sister, your cousin. Let them learn from this episode. And of course, remember to like, because every time you like my videos, YouTube recommends them to more people, and more people means a wider audience that can learn from this episode. That is it. Thank you so much for watching, and we are not done with this birthday series. We have one more episode to go, and you know what I'm gonna be talking about on the next episode? I'm going to be sharing with you my pre-30 checklist. So these are things that I'm looking forward to doing before I turn 30. Is that not an exciting conversation? I am so excited because I feel like 30 is literally staring down at me. So definitely I have a checklist of things that I want to do before then. And yeah, that's going to be an exciting episode. So be sure to turn on that notification bell so that when I upload that episode, you're going to be here to watch it. I will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. And remember, life is an unending journey. I don't know why I froze, but yes. I will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.